Subscriber help coming up next. This is Full Game Prometheus, the only YouTuber that actually shows you full games of all the tips and schemes I post on my channel. I show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Alright, so guys, if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also that notification icon so you can get my daily uploads. Alright, so guys, actually, this is a recent request from one of my subscribers, a JZ1011. He put a request in for some run defense. He was really struggling against the run, and in particular, a particular play that he's been struggling with is a fullback fake, halfback toss. So we're going to go ahead and show you just an easy defensive run. Now, he requested I actually show you some defense out of the 34 defense, and I want to just show you just the fundamentals of defenses and then little tricks that you can go ahead to use to light up your defenses. Now, if you take a look at the shells. Players that play deep blue shells historically don't play run fits. So cover 3, all your deep blues are not going to play run fits. That means they're not going to attack the run. They're going to go pass first. So they will fall back 5 or 6 yards before they beat on the run. So you need to understand that when it comes to run fits. Now, there is a particular defense where the defensive backs actually play run fits, and that's a cover 4, and that's why it was one of the most popular defenses in the game when the game released, just because it was a way to stop the run. So the inside safeties actually play run fits, but the outside corners don't. So there's actually little techniques that you can do to actually make your defense a little bit more stout with run fits, and make it more effective against the run. And I'm going to show you some techniques, and I'm also going to show you a technique to shut down that fullback dive, halfback toss play that my subscriber is having some problems with. So first and foremost, let's just look at the basic defense here, which is going to be the cover 3 buzz, which a lot of people are using cover 3 right now against basic random plays. Alright, so now I want you to take a look at the defensive backs. These guys are going to be the guys they're going to basically make a play in the ball. And right here, I'm going to go into instant replay and show you why sometimes your defense is going to be weak against certain types of runs. So these guys, the front 7 typically always have run fits. They're always going to be going into and attacking the ball against the run. Now, occasionally you're going to get a guy that's just going to sit on the line like this, and he's got a responsibility that he's got to take care of, and we can show you how we can close up those responsibilities so he attacks the ball a little bit more effectively. So this is a fullback dive play, and you can see the fullback's able to go and pick up a good 5 or 6 yards, or 5 yards right there on a nice little inside run. But the reason why he's able to pick up the yards is because these defenders are actually falling back on the run. They're not biting down. So you can see he's right here at the about a few yards off the line of scrimmage, and he actually goes back 5 yards before he starts making a beat on the ball. So this guy also too falls back a good 5 yards before he makes a beat. He actually makes a beat a little bit quicker than the other guy, and that's probably because the run is on his side. This safety is not playing a run fit too, and he actually backs up a good 5 yards before he actually comes down and tries to attack the ball. So you have to understand that when you're picking defenses on what's going to go ahead and force your defenders to actually play run fits and come in. So there's a couple different tricks that you can do that with. So let's take a look at cover 4 and why this is one defense that actually was getting utilized a lot initially in the game. Now with cover 4, basically the difference with this is that the cornerbacks, the defensive backs on the outside do not play run fits, but the inside defenders actually play run fits. So you need to be conscious of that as far as using a cover 4 defense against the run. What you're going to see is that immediately these safeties in the middle are actually going to bite of the run, where there is going to be a slight delay by the other defenders. So I want you to watch this guy right here. He floats up. These guys are biting down on the run immediately. So he's floating away, and this guy is actually floating away even though the ball is coming towards his way. So if you're playing cover 4 is probably one of the preferred defenses, because you've got good defenders, your free safety, your strong safety, they're a little bit more stout against the run. So that's it's one of the things you need to think about as far as running a defense. Now another defense which is fairly stout against the run is also cover 2. Now against cover 2, any players on the outside that are actually in any kind of a flat zone, these sky blue zones, they play run fits. But if you take a look at these two safeties, they're in deep halves. If the guys are actually in deep halves or deep thirds, they don't play run fits. And the outside corners that play deep quarters, they don't play run fits either. So you have to understand that. You got to know that going into the game, what's going to be something that is going to attack. We're going to watch on this particular play. We're going to watch the offensive line, or the line actually attack, and then the defensive backs are actually going to come down and attack this play. So let's take a look at this in instant replay. So if you could see right here, these guys actually come down. He actually bites the line. He doesn't come down. This guy is automatically going to go ahead and attack the line. He actually bites right through the stretch play. But if you take a look at those safeties, earlier on the cover 4, they were actually going and attacking. Now, because they have deep half responsibilities, they're backing up and they're not attacking the ball after they've gotten back about 5 yards ago or so. So you have to understand that as far as setting up your run defense. Cover 3, you've got 3 guys that are actually going to fall back. Cover 2, the cover 2 shells, you're going to have the corners come up and attack the run, and basically cover 4, you've got the inside safeties coming in and attack the run. So what are ways that you can actually improve your defense? Well, let me show you something you can do with cover 4, which is a really good solid defense if you really want to lock up someone's running game. So what a lot of times what players will do is actually do stretch plays like this, and they'll actually take this to the outside against the blocking. So you can see right there, very easy levels blocking. The computer's actually going ahead and blocking my guy. So this guy actually, this defender's not biting down. He's actually not coming after the ball. He's backing up on the stretch play because he doesn't have a gap responsibility. Well, there's a real minor adjustment that you can do to go ahead and make him shoot the gap and actually try to defend an outside run. So let me go ahead and show you the adjustment. The simplest adjustment is just to pressure guys, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and man up our wide receiver, the outside corners with their corresponding wide receivers. So you're going to have a look like this on defense. Basically, you've got your 2 outside wide receivers manned up, which is going to protect you against the deep ball. You've got obviously a press look for the most part, but what's going to happen now is that you're going to have basically corners that are going to react a little bit differently to the run than they did before. So you see how this guy shot in like that? So this guy right here, instead of falling back, he shoots the gap and just makes this wide receiver whiff completely against the run. And he comes right in. So let's take a look at this guy right here. Once again, this guy actually does not even get touched in a block, and he's already in pursuit against the run because the run is going in the opposite direction. But look what happens right here. This defender comes in clean. Nobody comes in after him, and all of a sudden he's just blowing up a defender on the backside. So a lot of the pros with this particular, with knowing this special trick with the run game, they'll run cover 6 defenses where they know that that outside corner basically is not in a run fit, and they'll create a run fit by putting him in man coverage. You still got the over the top coverage, and you have a defender that's going to play that wide receiver, and you just need to go ahead and fill in and cover up the holes from it. But this is just another way you're going to stop this. Now I want to go into another trick that you can use to actually go ahead and shut down the run, and it looks like my subscriber actually ran into a situation where he was having a hard time with a run. So MGZ10101, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to stop that particular run. That was the fullback dive fake toss. Now the preferred defense I like to run if I'm running a 34 defense is the 34 bear, and primarily because this is really good for stopping the run. It's got a natural 9 run fits. You can see I've only got 2 drop back zones. But there's a way you can go ahead and use this particular defensive shell to go and stop any kind of a fake dive, fullback dive with a halfback toss. Now the play that he was having a hard time with is actually in the Colts playbook, and I'm going to show you how this particular play it can be very annoying, and you can build an entire scheme out of it, because sometimes the defenders dumb out, and if you got really good stick with the running back, you could pick up some pretty easy yards with it, and then throw in the fullback dive strong to really drive your opponent nuts. So this is the run right here, And as you can see right there, the running back actually takes a little bite on the defender. I want to show you why this particular run sometimes is a little bit glitchy and you can catch your opponent off guard. So this defender actually doesn't bite on the running back right away. He's looking at this particular play right here. So you can see his head is turning. He's looking at the fullback dive, and he's a little bit too late to make a play against the running back, and he's not attacking the running back on the pitch play, and that's how I'm able to go ahead and pick up some pretty good yards. Now I want to show you something that a lot of players in line will do is they're going to go ahead and take tight ends and put them in the slot position. So these guys actually just are going to get a lot better blocking for you on the outside, because their blocking is going to be 60 plus, 69 plus, 70 plus with the tight ends. Now, one of the things I like to do with the Bear defense is the following adjustments. I'll spread my defensive line out, and I'm going to shift my line off to the left, and you can see these guys are all stacked. So basically that means that a lot of these defenders are essentially going to be able to get into position. But you can see once again that one defender actually gets out of position. So even if I got a stacked defense, this is something you can use to go and shut down a lot of runs. Even then, sometimes you're going to be the defender is going to get a little bit stupid, and you can get to the outside. So right there, he actually doesn't make a play. But I'm going to go ahead and show you how we can beef up this defense a little bit more. So another thing we can do is go ahead and take our outside defender and actually mat him up against Daniels. And that's going to actually go ahead and give somebody that should be able to fall back. But this particular play, the blocking is just going to be in place. You're going to get a little bit better blocking with this particular play, especially if your opponent's using tight ends. And you'll notice that one minor adjustment I did the previous play, he's not going to bite in. He's not going to get inside that blocking right away. For some reason, he gets picked up on the block. So if you've got an outside linebacker and a corner's not coming in, you have to make another adjustment. And the funny thing is that it's such an easy adjustment that most people don't think about it. Now, if you hit your left trigger button, you're going to see a couple different options. At the very bottom, it says QB contain. Another options, it says option QB, and the other one out, it says option running back. If you option running back, what's going to happen is that outside linebacker is going to bite against that running back every time on these fake type of pitches. So if you run into somebody that actually is running this particular play, the quickest adjustment that you can do without actually making any kind of a difficult adjustment is just option the running back, and now that linebacker is going to go ahead and tackle this guy for a loss. So he's not going to get stupid. He's not going to get out of position, and you're going to go ahead and attack the run. So it's fair to say that if you got a guy that runs the ball a lot, that might be one adjustment that you can do to actually beef up your running game, is that these guys are going to come down and going to attack that running back as their primary run defender. So you can see that 3 plays in a row with this particular play where that stupid linebacker, for the most part, he is basically, when I do the running back option, he actually comes down. He's been biting and tackling this running back in the backfield every single time where he's taking a 5-yard loss. So GZ1011, you might want to go ahead and try that. That's probably going to get you a better position. So as you can see right here, he got wide against that guy. He was able to tackle him at the line of scrimmage, but he didn't do that. So guys, if you're looking, you want to go ahead and look at these different strategies to go ahead and improve your defense, run defense. I personally like to use the free safety over the middle of the field. The primary I like to do that is because it allows me to go ahead and clean things up. So that's one of the things I like to do. So to my subscribers, once again, thank you guys for your support. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys picked up some good stuff, some good tips from this. And until next time, guys, thanks a lot.